What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm finally going to talk about my TRV application, how it turned out and what it is. And also I'm going to answer some of your questions that you asked me on my other TRV application video. Well, you guys really want to apply TRV, don't you? Well, if you still want to, then check my previous video out, which tells you how to apply TRV as an international student in Canada. It's going to tell you the full process and what documents you need and what things you need to keep in mind while applying it. Also, I'm getting a pretty good response on that video. It's like 3,000 plus views, 55-ish likes, nothing too crazy, but good enough. Plus, I also got a lot of questions on that video, although I did reply mostly every single one of them. But in this video, we're also going to cover some basic questions at the end. So now, the time. What happened with my TRV application? Every one of you was asking in the comments, did you got your TRV? It's been 3 months, all that questions. The final answer, yes, I did got my TRV approved. So for the people who don't know, I applied my TRV while I was on study permit in Canada on August 1st, 2024. And right now making this video on 4th November 2024, so it's been just over 3 months, and I got my TRV in 28th October, which was 6 days ago. So I got my TRV almost in 3 months. It took 3 months for me. Whereas IRCC website told me that it's gonna be approved in 25 days, and through other resources I found that it's gonna take around 2 months. But at the end, it took 3 whole months for me to get my TRV approved. Again, focus on the word approved. It's just approved yet. I haven't got it stamped. So I'm gonna let you know that why I haven't got it stamped yet and what I'm gonna do next. So as I already told you that today is 4th November and I have to leave for India on 13th November, which is less than 9 days. So according to IRCC websites, processing time for stamping your passport is around 14 business days. So some people do get it in like a week, 8 days, 9 days, or even 10 days. But again, it's always possible that you will get it in 14 days or even 15 days. So from the date of getting my approval, which was on 28th October, it was only 15 days until I have to leave Canada for India, which is on 13th November. So I only had 15 days to get it stamped, and according to our RCC website, it said you need 14 days. So I was not risking my passport again. It's just I spent 3 whole months worrying about that if I will get my TRV before I go or not. Because leaving Canada without TRV and then worrying about that if you will even get approved before coming back is a whole other dimension. Literally, it's so many things you have to think about and so many pathways, and I don't even know a lot of options that what you can do in that case. But whatever, I didn't want it to risk my passport again, and this time it's passport which is going. So if I don't get my passport in time, I'm not gonna be able to go at all. Right? At least without a TRV, you can still go, but there's a chance that you won't be able to come back in time. But without passport, you cannot even go. So I just didn't want to risk that. So I made a decision that I'm gonna get my TRV stamped in India. Now again, I have cross-checked this with IRCC like 3-4 times that can I get my TRV stamped in India if I get approval. So I asked that questions before my approval arrived. So I'm gonna ask them again once I have my TRV right now. So I'm gonna ask them that, hey guys, can I get my TRV stamped in India? So the last time I checked with them, they said yes, you can get it in New Delhi, and luckily I live in New Delhi, so I can get it stamped over there. And I have seen other people as well on internet and in my personal life. I have a few friends who got stamped their TRV in India, so it can be possible, and you can always do that. The main thing is to get the approval, which I got, and I hope you guys get it too. So just in between, I want to let you guys know that first of all, thanks a lot for all the support you show me on this channel. I have 243 subscribers right now, and my goal is to get up to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. So I'm hoping to reach that goal, although it's a bit difficult because of my laziness of uploading videos, but I'll try my best. I'm going to India in next 9 days, so I'm gonna try to upload vlogs over there too. It's my sister's marriage that I'm going for, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to upload a lot of videos over there, but I will try my best. So please share this video with the people who are in this stage and who might want to see this video. And we are gonna discuss some Q&A just in a moment, and that's gonna be really helpful for you guys. So just make sure you watch this video till the end. Now, because of my comments, I got to know that a lot of other people are in a similar situation and they might not get their TRV before they go to India or before they leave Canada. So what is the workaround, right? So a few people were asking, like, hey Harsh, what is the workaround for this? Like, what do we do if we don't get our TRV before we leave? So we're gonna talk briefly about that. So now, whatever advice I give you in this video is purely my personal advice. I'm not a consultant, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not any professional advisor. So just take my opinion, but do your own research before you take any action. So for the workaround, what I thought that I would do if I don't get my TRV before going, I'm gonna go either ways because I cannot miss this since it's my sister's marriage, and that's like once in a lifetime thing, so I cannot miss that at all. They're actually having the function in November just because of me. Otherwise, it would have been done in like July or something. So I have to go. But for you guys, if you do not get TRV before you leave for India, just reconsider going, right? You don't want to be stuck in India, and you don't want to get into any immigration problems as well. So one option for you guys can be postponing your trip. Again, I know you already did your flights, you're already too excited, but again, not able to come back or to get into any problems does not worth it, right? Does not worth the flight and the excitement. You can go after a few months, but if you can, then just wait for now. But again, if you also have to go to India, you cannot miss it. So what I thought that I would do is I would just go to India without my TRV, and again, I have to figure out how to pay my expenses and all that because I will not be doing any job here. And if you are doing a job right now, you have some savings, you can pay rent until you're in India, and you have like 2 or 3 months extra like expenses, so then you can obviously figure it out. But if not, then yeah, I mean, you have to figure it out anyways, whether it's with your family or yourself or whatsoever. But what I thought that I would go in India, and if I don't get my TRV approved and stamped before my returning date, which is in December, I would just stay there until I get my approval. That's what I thought. There's no other workaround, in my opinion, to just staying over there until you get your visa approved. Because it doesn't matter how many times you call IRCC, doesn't matter you raise any web form or something, it's probably doesn't work that much. But again, I'm gonna tell you one more thing that might have made a difference in my application. But again, for you can always have an option to stay there until your TRV is approved. So again, it totally depends on your situation. You have few options that either postpone your trip, or you can considering staying in India just in case if you don't get your TRV before your returning date. Now another thing you can do is just before 20 to 25 days of your leaving date from Canada, just call IRCC and tell them your situation and tell them to raise a request for the visa office. That's what I did. So I called IRCC on 20th or 21st October, and I told them my situation, and they were like, okay, I'm gonna raise a visa request or something like that in the visa office, and it might help you, but you can recheck again at the end of this month. I was like, okay, yeah, I mean, sure. But I was again skeptical that it's gonna make any difference or something. But at the end, it did. I don't know if it made any difference. I got my visa on 28th October, just 6 days after that phone call. So maybe that request worked or maybe didn't, because it was already 3 months. So I don't know if that worked or not. But you can try this. You can tell the person who you were talking to at IRCC office that, can you please raise a request for me because I have to leave soon and also have to get my passport stamp, which takes like 14 days also. So can you please raise a request or something? And if they do, that's great. So for now, I think that's pretty much all for the TRV part of this video. Again, if you haven't watched my previous video, it's linked already into the description. Just go and check that out and apply your TRV right away. Now let's move on to the Q&A session, which is kind of exciting part for you guys, I know. So I'm gonna answer all of the questions. Now there were a lot of questions, and I have answered most of them in the comment section. However, I'm gonna again answer a few of those which are, more common questions. I'm gonna answer those right now. And if you have any other question, if I haven't answered your question or something, and if you have any other questions or doubts or whatever, just comment down in this video. I'm gonna try my best to answer your question the best as I can. So I just got this question today from Abhisha. So Abhisha told me that, hey, great video, I have a doubt. I'm on student visa right now, which will expire in December 2025, and my course will end on April. I got to know that we need a TRV for India. I'm planning to travel in the start of July. So first question is, can I apply for TRV right now and get the work permit after April and travel to India in July? So absolutely, Abhisha, you can apply a TRV right now. I would suggest every person who is graduating or their study permit is expiring within the next 6 months to apply their TRV. You can apply TRV whenever you want, either on study permit, either on study permit extension, or either on PGWP. So for this case, I would definitely recommend you to apply your TRV right now. And after you graduate, you can apply your PGWP right away. And hopefully before going to India in July, you will have both of those. Then the second question is, should I wait to get my work permit and then apply for TRV? So since you're graduating in April, it would take at least a month and a half to get your PGWP, which is you're gonna get it by June, and then you have to go in July. So there's no way if you apply your TRV in June, you're gonna get it before you go. So you have to apply it right now, and then you can apply your PGWP later. And I got my PGWP in like a month and a half, so hopefully you will get it too. So yeah, just before July, you'll have both of those. So yeah, apply your TRV right now. So another question is from Farheen that, hi, thanks for the video. Appreciate it. Quick question, if I apply for TRV after extending my study permit, will the visa expiry date be? What will the visa expiry date be? Will it be valid until my passport expires or until my study permit expires? So it doesn't matter whenever you apply your TRV, again, either on PGWP, either on study permit or extended study permit, TRV usually have an expiry date either until your passport expires or till your work permit expires. So I got my TRV until the year of 2032 because that's when my passport is expiring. So I got 8 years of TRV, luckily. Usually you don't get that much of a time on TRV because yeah, I mean, it totally depends on your situation, on your profile and your passport. So if your passport is expiring next 4 years, then it's gonna only be for next 4 years. And if your passport is still 2030 and there's maybe a chance you're gonna get it till 28 or 29, it doesn't have any specific time, any specific range, but in most cases it's gonna be over 5 years from my experience, and if your passport allows it. So yeah, that's the expiration for TRV. So next question is, I have completed the TRV application form and also paid the fee in Canada, but can I send my passport for stamping in India? So personally, I don't know if you can send the passport, that if you're still in Canada but you're sending your passport in India, that doesn't make any sense. Because if you are in Canada, then you have to get it stamped within Canada. But again, if you're going to India like me, and then you're get it stamped, so in that case, you can get it stamped from India. But again, if you're in Canada and you want to get it stamped, so it doesn't make any sense to send your passport to India just to get it stamped. So the next question is by Divya. Hey, thanks for the video. My course ends in December 2024 and I'm planning to go home in Jan 2025 for about a month after applying PGWP. My study permit is valid till April 2025 and I also have co-op work permit that is also valid till April 2025. Will I need TRV? So you are going in January and your study permit is till April. So you don't need a TRV, but since you're already graduating in December and then you're going in January, you don't need a TRV. But there's a small thing that I would like to tell you, every one of you. If you're going to India after you graduated and you still have your study permit, you don't need your TRV. Yes, since you already have visa on your passport, your stamp is on your passport for a date, like for the expiration date. If you're going before that, you don't need a TRV for that. But there is a chance that while coming back to Canada at the immigration, the officer can ask you, why the hell are you coming back? So because your studies are already completed, right? It doesn't matter if you have a visa or not, why are you coming back? They can ask you that question. And if they feel any suspicion, or if they feel that you do not need to come back, or there's not a solid like reason or proof that why are you coming back to Canada, they might send you back. You might get deported. So I'm not scaring you, I'm not, making you anxious. But it's a small thing that you need to take care of. It's a small thing, but it can make a really big impact on your career, right? And on your visa profile. So make sure you have a good valid answer while coming back. So again, you can go in January, there's no harm and you don't need a TRV. But yes, while coming back, you can be asked that why are you coming back, since your studies are already completed. So you have to give them a foolproof answer. I don't have personal experience in those answers or in those questions, so you might want to consult a professional for that, or just research on your own that what to do in such cases. This is a very small thing that nobody talks about, but I like to give the maximum I can to you guys, so please subscribe. So just please share this video with the people who might want to know this, right? So this is the thing that nobody else tells you on YouTube, at least, so you might want to think about that. The next question would be, I applied for my PGWP extension. It is still in processing and I got the extension letter from the IRCC. So can I apply for TRV with the extension letter? So the answer is you cannot. So I've got a few other questions like I have my study permit extension. I have applied for it. So can I apply my TRV on the side? So just letting you guys know that if you have applied for any kind of extension, whether that is study permit or PGWP, you cannot apply TRV with them, because for applying TRV you need a base, right? You need a letter. For example, if you're applying TRV on student, then you need a study permit. If you're applying TRV on work, then you need a work permit. So in similar cases, if you are applying for extension, then you need that extension approval. You need that original extension approval to apply TRV on the basis of that extension. I hope I make sense here. So I'm gonna repeat myself. So a TRV needs to have a base, right? So that base is your study permit extension, your study permit, or your PGWP or PGWP extension. So that from that you apply a TRV, right? So I hope this makes sense. You can, but if it doesn't, just understand you cannot apply TRV with any extensions applied. So wait for your extension and then apply TRV. And one other common question that people usually ask me on the comment section is that I'm on my study permit, it's expiring in this month and I'm going before it expires, so do I need TRV? So you do not necessarily need TRV, but I suggest you to get a TRV anyways, since your study permit is gonna get expired, since at the end you have to get TRV, so you might as well do right now. So it's just my suggestion that get your TRV, and you don't need it if you have study permit, but it's good to have. And one other question that I want to point out is, one person commented that I was not able to get proof of enrollment from my college. Can I just put my acceptance, offer letter, or fees receipt instead? So let me tell you guys, this is visa, right? It's a big thing for you. So do not change anything up from yourself. Just give IRCC what they require. If they are asking proof of enrollment, you cannot give any other document instead of that. You have to have that exact document which IRCC asked. Because if you do not give the correct documents, I don't know if they're gonna ask you to submit the right one or if they're directly gonna deny your application. Anything can happen, right? It's IRCC, anything can happen in Canada, to be honest. So just make sure that you give everything right and the exact document that you need, right? And if you're watching this video, let's say after a few months or a year or 2 years, then check the latest updates, because things always get changed. So while applying your application online or IRCC website, it's gonna tell you what documents it needs. So get those exact documents, don't change it up by yourself. So anyways guys, these are some common questions that I thought that I should answer, especially in the video. And it doesn't matter how hard I try, my videos always go long, right? Always are like 15-20 minutes or something. So I'm guessing this video is gonna go that long too, but don't mind it. Just watch this video till the end. And actually, this is the end. So if you have watched it till now, then congratulations, you got all the information. And just comment down if anything else you want to know. I tried my best to let you guys know, and yeah, I finally got my TRV. I hope that you guys get it too. Also, I'm gonna go to India in 9 days, as I already told you, so I will try my best to upload some vlogs. And you know what, I already have a vlog that I recorded like 2-3 months ago, and I am like editing it right now, haven't still uploaded, so I'm gonna try my best to upload it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, be safe, keep us safe. Bye bye.
Break it down, bring it back, make it clap. I got 3 old thoughts, new guap.